Welcome to my podcast. This is Mr. Ish. I'm here at Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club, Cool Dare Clubhouse. I don't know how I said my podcast. It's not mine. It's Kips Bay's podcast. Today we're gonna have a good conversation. One that we should have more often. We shouldn't always have to wait till February to have this conversation. But let's introduce ourselves first, and then we'll jump right on in. Give me your name and your age, please.
Hi, my name is Nicole Gonzalez, and I'm 9 years old.
You gave me a government name. Okay. Nicole Gonzalez. Welcome to the podcast. Next.
My name's Jaylene, and I'm 9 years old.
Welcome, Jaylene.
Hi, my name is Zion, and I'm 9 years old.
Welcome to the podcast. All right, guys. The reason why I say that we should have more conversations like this is we don't have to wait till February to have a conversation of Black history. We should be able to talk about Black history at any time. It should just be history. It shouldn't even be called Black history anymore. At this point, it should just be called history. But for some reason, they still give us February as Black History Month. So I know the school goes through the process of teaching you some stuff. Hopefully, not every DOE school is great at that. I know that in the Boys Club we're gonna go through some stuff, and we're gonna teach you a little bit also. So let's just see what knowledge we have about Black history. Hopefully, we have some good knowledge here. Who wants to jump in first? What do you have? We'll go down the line. What do you know?
I've been learning about Martin Luther King Jr. when he was born and when he got shot and died. And I've been.
We call it. I'm sorry, not to interrupt you, but it was an assassination. It's assassination. And shot and died. It sounds too nice. It was an assassination. Someone planned on killing him. So that's kind of the difference.
And I've been learning interesting facts about him.
All right, let me know what the facts. Talk to me. Well, what facts you know about Martin Luther King besides his name?
He was born 1929.
I can't even fact check this, but I'm assuming that you're right.
He was born 1929, and he got.
You know where he was born at? He was born in
Atlanta.
Atlanta, Georgia.
eh,
You sure?
Atlanta, Georgia.
All right, don't give me no fake facts, because I don't want to do a fake podcast over here. What's my research department? I think Bree's checking on this right now, on when he was born. Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. What do you know? Give me some more knowledge about Martin Luther King.
He.
What was he famous for?
Huh?
Well, what was he famous for?
He was famous for fighting for civil rights.
Yes. Well, that was his main goal, was fighting for civil rights. He was also famous for something else, but that's in the realm of fighting.
Without Martin Luther King, Black people and white people wouldn't be in the same bathroom, wouldn't drink out of the same fountain, or be in the same classroom.
Yes and no. I mean, he wasn't the only person that was fighting for civil rights, but he was out there. He was well known, and he had a lot of followers. So I would like to think that yeah, he was a great leader, but we noticed that without him, when he was assassinated, the fight still continued. So there was other people that still took upon fighting for civil rights. So I don't want to say that without him, these things wouldn't have happened. Maybe it would have took longer. Maybe it would have been different. But there were other people fighting for civil rights. So it was kind of a group effort. But he was out there. He was definitely one of the leaders. What do you know about what's a good fact that you know about Black History Month?
I was gonna ask a question.
You can ask a question.
I mean, I got two things to say: a question and something. Isn't his granddaughter Yolanda Renee King?
I don't know whose granddaughter is, but if I guess we could research that. What is she known for? Because I'm not familiar with her.
Well, she's also known for being his granddaughter.
Oh, she's his granddaughter.
But she also speaks up for him and gives him the credit for speaking up for
other rights and stuff. Okay, so she's out there in a platform, speaking for her family member and continuing on the fight for civil rights.
They even got death threats, and like I think it said that their house got bombed, something like
Oh
that.
yeah, whenever you fighting for civil rights, there's gonna be some death threats. Whenever you're fighting for change, there's gonna be some threats. That comes kind of hand in hand. If if you feel like you wanna, I don't know, be a person that's helping, let's say the homeless, and you're advocating to help the homeless. There's gonna be some people giving you death threats. They're gonna be like, "Oh, I don't want the homeless in my neighborhood. I don't want them in these hotels." There's always gonna be someone that's gonna be anti what you want to do. So you're gonna find that. Unfortunately, during this time, these people actually, they burned people's houses. They threw bricks through the windows. They really made it very difficult to 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 not be violent. So a lot of the people that fought for civil rights, Martin Luther King being one of them, they try to fight the right way by having rallies and speeches and stuff like that, and not dealing with the violent part. But there were some people that just like, you hurt us, we're gonna hurt you, type of situation.
But I'm also confused on the part. You know how white people did not want like black people in their neighborhood when Martin Luther King Jr. did his speech. The thing I don't get is why white people are there and like supporting him if they don't want him in
Because they're,
like black people in their neighborhood.
well, like everything, there's some people that, white or not, that believes in it. It couldn't be that every white person didn't agree with Martin Luther King. There was some people that were just standouts, and they agreed for what he was fighting for, with just the rights for everyone. So some people agree with him. I would assume that some people are there to see what he says, so they could go back and tell their group, like, oh, look what he said about us, and stuff like that. So there's some people like that, and some people could have been reporters. There could have been a whole bunch of reasons why they were there gathered, during that time. What do you have, sir?
I want to say something about what you said about like the fire like people burning people's fire's house.
Hmm.
One time I was at my friend's house and then we started to smell smoke and then we decided to go outside to see what it was. There was like a house on fire. Like the first floor was on like fire. There was like a lot of fire around and
And do you
like
think someone set the fire?
I was like we was all like so confused and like
Well,
we was like confused about how that happened.
yeah, it could have been. I mean, fires start now for people playing with matches. If you charge you one of
No,
these
like the whole
e-bikes
first
or something,
like the whole first floor was like
yeah.
had like fire.
But I mean, do you believe that someone started the fire? Do you have any facts that someone, threw a cocktail bomb or something like that and started the fire?
I
Or
thought
it
I
could
thought
just
that
happen.
I thought that someone probably accidentally
Yeah, that happens all the
like they
time.
probably like accidentally like kept like something like on like a fire like something like that has like fire like
The
coming out
Yeah,
for so
stove.
yeah,
long
but you
The
going
stove.
from a fire.
or like a campfire.
Yeah, you're going from a fire to civil rights. You're going two different places. I mean, someone could have dropped the candle and it just got a curtain on fire, and now you have a fire on the first floor. So it could
Yeah.
have been many things, but it had nothing to do with civil rights. You got me confused. I thought somebody threw a brick in the wall and tried to burn the house down or something. That's two totally different things. Um, from the little bit that you've learned of civil rights and all that stuff, do you think anything has changed now?
Yes.
Yes.
Because okay, what do you think has been major change?
I think what changed is now um, a lot of people are agreeing with Martin Luther King and all the
All the stuff that he spoke
yeah.
about,
Um,
and you're talking about now in 2023. You think that
Yes.
changes, things have changed that drastically? What about you? What do you think?
what I think what has changed a lot was racism. There's still racism happening around the world. If you could like, I think I was hearing of what my teacher said. She said like something like there's racism is still happening, but like it's still there, and like on the news you hear a lot of people like um just like I don't know how to say it though.
I
It's
mean, I
like
mean,
them just like judging somebody by their
by the color.
Mhm.
What I see that is more open. that they're having conversations. Like this conversation would probably have not been a conversation that would have been happening, 30 years ago or something like that. Even a conversation with myself, with you guys, because the knowledge wasn't out there. They weren't teaching, you students too much about Black History Month. It was kind of like almost like a pass. Yeah, yeah, Black History Month. We teach you these three things. Shut up, and February's over, and let's go to March. Let's talk about
Damn.
it kind of felt like that in my school. During the time that I went to school, I don't believe that I got real Black History Month. We probably drew a picture of Martin Luther King, or something like that, and displayed it or have very little facts about it. But we never had an open conversation about slavery or anything like that. I think now is a little more open. You kids are learning at a different age. I have daughters that are 5 and 10, and if I ask them what's slavery or what's this, they kind of have an answer. I don't think that at my age, at that age when I was younger, I would have had an answer for them. So some of it has changed. I guess the education teaching you guys a little more. Is it gone to the level that you know a lot of us want? No, it's difficult. And as a parent, I remember the first time, and this is not judging anyone, but I remember the first time my son said he had a friend, and my son, he had friends, but I'm sorry, he just came up to me and he said, "Oh, Daddy, I have a brown friend," and I kind of felt awkward because I was like, "Oh, like how could I correct them?" But at the same time, he's so he's so innocent. He didn't really mean nothing. It's just that he knows that his friend is darker than him or something like that. So it had to become a conversation. Like, Dad, like I call my son Dad. I don't know why, but I do. Um, I had to have a conversation with him, like, hey, the color of his skin is this, but my dad is brown, and grandma's brown, and this person is brown. So really, the color is not really an importance. I have a friend. His name is James. That's the conversation it should have been. It doesn't matter if he's brown, purple, yellow, like everyone says. But that part, so you have to correct your children, and you have to correct. If you see that you said something wrong, you have to correct yourself. And sometimes, being the person that apologizes is fine. We're not all perfect, so that's part of the learning. Like I'm sure that sometime in my life I might have said something wrong about a person. I didn't mean it, as a race, as being racist or something like that. But I'm sure that I've probably said something wrong. And I could tell you the truth. I could tell you right now what I probably said wrong. A lot of us, I don't know, when we go to the Chinese restaurant, we just call them chinos, right? No, I'll go to the chinos. But
Yeah.
that's like a some people may take that as a racist thing. So, it's something as simple as that. Oh, I went to the Chinese restaurant, but me as a Spanish guy, I went to the Chinos. And that's kind of taking a whole race and bunching it together like, hey, you the guys that cook my chicken wings. Like, that's not it. Like, anybody can make chicken wings. To tell you the truth, I go to the pizzeria, it's supposed to be Italian, and the Mexicans are making my chicken wings. So it doesn't really matter. But I think that, doing something like that and just calling a whole race out is kind of like not the proper way to do it. So, I've been guilty of it. I think I'm a big person that could say something like that.
I have information
Oh, okay. Hold up a second.
about
We got info. Information is out there. Go ahead,
I
sir.
have information about the Black History.
Talk to me.
It might be like a bit like a bit far back, but in my like school we talk about Native Americans.
Well, it had to start somewhere, and I'm glad that your school went all the way back to Native Americans because that's kind of initially where it started at.
Because
Sometimes
like
people kind of not take it all the way back there and start off with Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King and kind of keep it there. But slavery was around for many, 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 many years before that.
the Native
We're
so
reading.
like the information about the Native Americans is that the white people came over and then took over the land. We even read a book about it.
Yeah, that's
We
how.
even read a book about it that's called Born on the Water.
Yes, we're reading that.
Oh,
Like
now we got book
we
facts. All
we
right, I
we
like
heard
that.
we read it to, because we need to like we get like more information why the slavery happened
Mhm.
and when it did. Like I think it's like back in like what somewhere like in the 19s.
Well, I don't know, not in 19, probably even before that. Um,
I think we need some help with some
yeah,
research.
we need to get some numbers right. We need to get some dates right. But a lot of the stuff happened when I guess when Christopher Columbus came over and discovered America, and that was a part of it. And the Pilgrims and all that stuff. Um, they started taking these people and using them to do the work, and then eventually start selling them, and that's how slavery
Or
kind of
like
became.
it was like started to like sell people for like supplies and
They
stuff.
started exchanging
And
them like if they were an item, and that's kind of how one of the reasons. Did any of you know any of there was one president that really fought a lot for for our rights. Do
um
you know his name?
Um, um,
Let's see if you get it. Hey, Yoko Oshada. Who thinks they know?
um, I think it's George Washington.
George Washington was our first president, so I don't think it was him. But
I don't
you
know.
have
I'm
an
thinking
idea?
about Barack Obama.
Yeah, but if we had to wait for Barack to free us as slaves, that's what you guys say? Good, yell it out. Yes, my man said it
That's
over
what I
there. No, you didn't say
I was
nothing.
gonna
You
say.
thought it, but you didn't say. I
I
thought
was,
you were gonna say it though. Abraham Lincoln. He was one of the the presidents that really fought for civil rights.
Oh,
Um,
now I remember like Abraham Lincoln. We was actually talking about that when when we was like talking about the Native
My
Americans.
class barely even talks about it. We just talk about slavery, pilgrims, and all that.
all right,
We were
well, you know
like,
what you do now that you have this knowledge?
wait, we
You
also
raise
talk
your
about.
hand and you tell your teacher. He says, "Hey, was Abraham Lincoln a big part of freeing the slaves?" And now start that conversation. You're gonna be more educated now
There's like
because now she's gonna have to talk to you about Abraham Lincoln.
the thing is that is that the thing is that we also talk we also like talk about how they like feel of the slavery.
How they feel? I mean,
And
w-
we talk about like
it's hard.
lots of stuff
Yeah,
about
it's hard to
slavery
say how
and
you
their
feel
like
when we weren't exposed to it.
I
And
have.
this is myself, and I'm definitely older than you guys. You weren't exposed to slavery. But now, when you have some generations of people that live in the South and they're, in their 80s or 90s, and they have family members that were slaves, and then that's a different thing because,
Uh,
they kind of remember, maybe their grandmother being, in the plantations or something like that. So it's kind of a closer. We're very distant from it. So we hear it and we read books about it, but it doesn't really affect us. Like it would be like me and you would not be sitting at this table having this conversation,
I
Tammy.
have more information.
Oh,
A
info. Hold
little bit.
on. Info alert. What information you
So,
have?
when we were learning about Martin Luther King, we were reading a passage, and in the passage, there was this police officer, and he went in Martin Luther King's house, and he said "boy" to Martin Luther King's dad, and Martin Luther King's dad grabbed the boy, and he said, "This is a boy. I'm a man. So until you call me a man, I forgot, but until you call me a man, I'm not going anywhere."
oh wait,
I've heard that one before. I think I've seen in one of the movies.
I have a connection
I
about
think
yours.
calling people, like boy. I mean, there's other words that people use also, but using those terms and the way they describe people, that was also a way to keep to keep everybody down. Like they called them different names just to keep them down. So yeah, so those names as and now you hear it sometimes in rap songs and stuff like that. You hear the N word and stuff. A person that came from the South, or maybe an older person or grandma or something like that, will really be offended to something like that. But us, and I say us, I really mean you guys. Somebody like you're 9, 10 years old.
Nine.
Maybe somebody your age will sing the song with the N word in it and not think of anything. This is just a song. But to somebody that's older, is a very very
My brother,
disrespectful thing.
my brother told me that in slavery, people would grab a whip and whip the people and call them that.
Yeah, it was It was not one of the proudest times of America. Let's put it that way.
Um,
We're not proud of a lot of things, but slavery is one of the ones that we're definitely not too proud of.
I think I have more information.
Oh, information alert. Hold up a second. All right. Go ahead.
So there's like this. So we actually read another book that was about racism. So basically, like, okay, so
All
there's
right.
like a
Give me the
son.
name of the book. What's the name of the book?
I forgot the name,
All right.
but like, but the thing
You
is
know good
that
on
there's
this
like a there's like a sun, and then there's like a moon. People, the thing is that people like the sun, but then the people like call the sun like nice names, and then people call the moon like bad names since the moon is dark and the sun is light.
Yo, the moon is actually not dark. The moon is actually white.
Yeah, but in the story, but in
oh,
like
in the story.
the book,
Okay.
the book.
But I can't.
itself.
I don't know the title of this book.
The
Like
people was
I was
like,
good with you on your first title, and she okayed it because she read the same book. But now you're giving me something I have no idea how to research.
It was
It's a
like-
title about a sun and the moon. I don't know.
No, there's like
I mean,
so the sun and the
no,
moon.
to-
There's like two sisters, the sun and the moon.
I'm
The
lost in this
people,
one.
the people.
how you know if it's a girl or boy?
Because I read it.
But you don't know the title though.
Yeah, because I forgot. But but about it, the people on the land was like giving like nice names to the sun,
Well, I get what you're trying to say.
but then
That
like
they-
the people is giving like bad names to like the moon.
I do understand what you're trying to say. Like people were treating it's like saying people treated dark skinned people a certain way. People treated light skinned people a certain way. That's what he's trying to say. But he read it in the book.
the difference is that oh my god, I was saying this in my head perfectly fine, but when it comes to saying it, it's hard. The difference is that if a white cop is chasing after a criminal, and the cop is like white and the criminal is darker skin, that doesn't
Mean that it's racist.
yeah, because
Gotcha.
like the cop is just doing its job.
Yes.
It's just
Well, as long as
catching the
as
criminal.
long as you're doing your job. But now certain people, and this is not everybody, because I know good cops. Not everybody. If you're doing your job and you're chasing them, and you go through the protocol of hey, pull over, turn the car off, and you go through the protocol of arresting him, that's fine. But now when you use more power because you think you're better than him because he's dark skinned, or you call him racist names, or and you get to that level, then you're not doing what you're supposed to do, because it's not now you're only putting this you're inflicting this punishment on a person because of their color, or maybe from the neighborhood that they're from, or
And
because
probably
or
because
because
they
he
didn't
has
do
a
nothing.
or because he had a black hoodie, or because he got braids, or he had a jewelry on, or something. Once you start picking them
Or a
for that,
piercing.
once you start picking them for those reasons, then you're not doing your job. You basically what they call it?
Accusing him.
You're accusing them, but you also stereotyping them. You're kind of stereotyping them. So that's a dilemma that we're gonna deal with as long as people are gonna be alive. Some people just claim to this power, especially when they're police officers or someone in power, and it's hard. It's hard for people out there. And I'm not saying men in general. I mean, it's hard for everybody.
In school, like, someone said something racist to another
Kid?
yeah. I
No,
don't know if it's okay to say it.
no, it's probably not. But did they get in trouble? Did something happen?
Someone heard it, but so then it was like a brother and sister situation. So like
Yeah,
the
that's kinda
sister,
hard.
the sister like the sister that got the sister.
The sister
like,
said something to
someone,
the other sister?
No.
Your stories are a little hard to follow, bro.
Someone-
Because you don't have the right
Let me
information.
make it more simple. Let
Please.
me make it more simple.
Someone said something to somebody. It was racist. What was the turnout? Did they get in trouble? Did they get suspended? Did someone say something to somebody?
So the thing is that I have a classmate that is a brother to
Okay, I already
yeah,
cleared all
about
that part.
that.
What
Someone
was the
said,
what was the outcome?
Someone said something racist to his sister. So then his sister told him, and then he went to the teacher and told told him what happened.
Okay, that's
so-
the part that I wanted to get. The teacher was spoken, they were told, and then they handled it from that point. You telling me the story again, I got more confused, and I was trying to clear it out for you. All right, guys, we did a lot. We know too much. Nah, we don't know too much. We know
And Ruby
we
Bridges.
we know a little bit. We know a little bit. We could continue this conversation. We here all month. We're here for the whole month. So get more information. Get me the title of the book. Talk a little more. And Martin Luther King wasn't the only person out here. Okay, so learn some fun facts about other people. All right, we're out of here. Let's say goodbye, guys.
Bye.
That was a weak bye.
Bye.
That was a bad bye from me. my bye was worse than your bye.
Check. 1 2 1 2. Check.
All right, we're out of here.